Okay, Jen, so I'm super excited to have you here with me today and sharing your experience just through growing your business and working together and all that you've done. I know that other coaches find it super helpful just to hear what the experience can be like. So what I would love for you to do is just share a little bit about you and your business, just so people know who you are and where you're coming from.
Yeah, so I was previously a pharmacist for the last 16 years. And then a couple of years ago, I decided to kind of change direction and start helping people to come off their medication through giving them lifestyle
Yeah.
advice. So I was doing that in the doctor's surgery up until the end of last year. And then I'd started with you a couple of months before that. And then I kind of made the leap in January to going fully self-employed, which has been super exciting and really good that you've been there to support
Yeah.
me over
Yeah.
that period of time as well, because I definitely needed that. So now I have launched my own business, Upcycled Health, and I'm doing health coaching. So I'm a certified health coach, and I'm also studying naturopathic nutritional therapy. So I've got another 5 months to go with that. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's just really at the very beginning of my health coaching journey when I signed up with yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me a bit about when you first started working with me or when you were reaching out to me, like what was going on for you as far as kind of where you were at in your business or things maybe you feel like you were unsure about or feeling stuck around.
Yeah, so I was really at that transitional phase where I knew I wanted to be self-employed, but I just didn't quite have the confidence in myself or the courage to really go for it. And I think I kind of knew what I thought I should be doing, but I didn't have a kind of set plan. So I would be kind of doing a little bit of something on social media, unsure of what my program would look like. I mean, you do get some support from wherever you study, but I felt not enough on the business structure side of things.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was really looking for. And then I'd been following you on YouTube, so I kind of knew what you were like, and we're very similar in like our kind of outlook on life, I guess. And you loved outdoors, and I just felt like you were kind of my kind of person. So I felt like if I was going to have a coach, it'd be nice to have somebody that I kind of resonated with the
Yeah.
messages that you were giving. So yeah, just a bit of support starting out, and yeah, confidence. And your program's called Confidence in Clients, so that's kind of
Yeah.
what I was needing.
That's a huge thing for a lot of people when they're getting started. Because anytime you start something new, especially starting a business, like there's a lot that goes into it and just a lot of unknowns. So I think having, that support makes a huge difference.
And it's just that like the imposter syndrome that comes up, that you think, can I do this? And
Uh-huh.
to other people around you as well that are they want to support you, but they're also kind of scared for you as well. So when you're trying to make that leap, if you've got other people like, what are you doing? Like, you've got a really successful career. Why would you want to change?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's nice to be surrounding yourself with yourself, and then a group of people as well that are going through a similar transition, so you can kind of get that support and that bit of morale from everyone else. I find that really helpful.
Definitely, definitely. And I know that's something that we talked about is kind of the challenge of having a career that is successful or, that people are like,
Yeah.
why would you ever want to change? Because you've gone through maybe a lot of schooling and a lot of training to do what you're doing. And, both of us went through that process of having other people be like, oh my gosh, are you sure? Like, is this the right choice? Like you're throwing your education away or, whatever those things are. And that can be challenging for sure when you're getting started, especially.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it was the right move for me. And I can still use the skills that I had before. Like, it's not as if they're just null and void. They definitely apply to what I'm doing now, and probably have given me a bit of that trust with clients as well, which has helped too. But yeah, definitely after 16 years of doing something and then thinking, okay, I'm going to completely pivot and do something different. It's exciting.
It is exciting, scary and exciting.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, and so tell me a bit about where you are at right now with your business and really kind of the things that you've done through the time we were working together.
Okay, so I worked my way through the modules that you gave me as well, and they were really nicely paced as well. So I liked that we started off with all the mindset shifts first of all, because I think that's so important. And then that got me in a good frame of mind, and then designed my program and officially launched on social media. And then I'm now at the point where I have 7 clients. I just signed up a new client this morning, which is super exciting. Yeah. I think it was about the program side of things and how that would look. Pricing was a massive thing as well, which is why the mindset stuff came in as well, because it was just having that confidence in what I could price my program at. I think I would have massively undercharged if I hadn't had your support, because you're not sure. You can look out there and see what other people are charging, but I think it's just good to be able to chat that through with people as well. So yeah, I've definitely like set it at a good price that I feel happy with. And yeah, I had such kind of not low expectations, but I didn't really think, I was unsure, you know? So it was just amazing that I managed to get the 7 clients, and that just shows, you know, investing in a program like yours, you know, it is an investment, and you are like, oh, it's quite a lot of money to put into it. But then I've already recouped that and more now. So it's well worth the investment I think if you put in the effort and actually follow everything through and get all that advice from everybody as well. Make the most of it. Go to the weekly calls, because they're amazing as well.
Yeah, definitely. And
I definitely feel really a lot more confident and organized. I'm a very organized person. So I like having a bit of a plan, and and the structure. So that's definitely helped as well.
Good. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. What was like anything you want to share, just kind of like what your experience was just going through the program of us working together?
Us personally, like I loved the program, and I loved checking. I really like I think you're very like honest as well. So I always felt like if I come to you with something, you're just going to give me an honest response. You're not just going to tell me like what I want to hear, and that's what you need to progress through. And you're always there as well, like out with the calls. If I, you know, sent any messages on Facebook, you always responded really quickly. So I felt like I had good support there as well. And I found the tool, the mindset tool, the CTFAR tool, which I guess people will find out about, but I thought that was really good. And I've been able to go back and use that. You know, if something pops up and I think, oh, that's a mindset block, then I can go back and go through that again. And I really liked the videos that you have in the program as well. So you have the worksheets, but I am quite a visual person, so I really liked just being able to watch them, and the fact you can just rewatch them how often you need to, and you don't have to follow the format that you've sent it in. If you feel like, oh, actually, I want to focus on this just now, you can skip ahead. So I liked that you had the freedom to do that as well.
Awesome. And what about anything else that is just kind of changed for you personally? I mean, I know you mentioned you were able to quit your job and you're doing your coaching. Anything else that you just saw were kind of like shifts or changes in your life, either, things that happen or just, kind of how you're showing up or thinking about things?
I think, well, the biggest change would be like my day-to-day routine, because now I have so much more freedom and flexibility. I get to decide when I'm working with clients, when I'm having a day off, um, and you don't have that in your 9 to 5 job. And as I've like said before, my partner, he does snowboarding seasons in Japan. Now, if I have a regular job, there's no way that I could go off and do that with him in the winter season. Whereas now I have my own business, it can come with me, so that's, although not just now, but the end of the year, that's going to be completely life changing. The fact that I can and go and do that, and working from anywhere was one of my like main goals that I wanted to do. So that's a major thing for me. And personally, I just feel like I'm in a lot of a better space. I feel more confident to tell people what I'm doing. And it's just an amazing feeling when you are bumping into people and they're asking how things are going, to be able to say, yeah, like I'm working with clients now. And my ideal client as well, because that was a big piece of it as well, is finding out who is it that I want to work with. Because at the beginning I was quite like jumbled. I just wanted to help everybody, because I think that's what you're used to in pharmacy. You can specialize, but you're kind of a bit of a generalist, and that's what I was used to. So it was really useful being able to hone in on my niche and who it was that I actually wanted to work with and would get the most out of working with. So yeah, that's changed too. Lots of change.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can see the changes. Like, it makes me so excited. So, yeah, there's something pretty magical that happens when you like start making your own money in your business and you're like, oh my gosh, this is really working. Like, I can do this.
Yeah. It's funny because you're just so used to being in a job where you are getting a regular salary. And so when you actually are going out and it's all your effort, I've taken the time to design it how I want it. You've got complete freedom around that as well, and what you're offering to people. And actually, when you have clients and you see the changes in them and how you're able to help them and passing on that knowledge, that in itself is, invaluable. It's such a rewarding job.
Definitely.
So yeah, job satisfaction is like way up here now.
Yeah. I think working with people in the way that you really want to be, and for a lot of us who have like a medical background, and we're doing maybe something that doesn't feel quite aligned, like it's so different to be doing something where you're helping people in the way that feels like how you're meant to be helping people and how you want to really be helping people and what you believe will really help them too, right?
That's it. Because with the pharmacy side of things, I always say to people, I'm not like against medication, but I want people to know that there's other options out there as well. So it just feels nicer to be able to say to people, okay, well, what about this? What if we try this? And I have worked with type 2 diabetic patients who have managed to come off their medication, put their diabetes into remission, and that's something that I would not have been able to do before had I not gone through my training as well. So yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
It's super, super powerful. So any words of wisdom that you would have for anyone who's, let's say, considering working with me to help them with their coaching business, but they're really not sure? Anything that you would have to say to that person?
Yeah, well, I'd say I watched you for such a long time on YouTube. And it's just thought, it's okay, I'll just watch the YouTube videos and then I'll like plan it all out myself. But when I did invest, like the changes that have happened over the past 6 months have been, so rapid that I
Yeah.
think if I hadn't made that leap and made the investment, yeah, for sure, I was thinking, oh gosh, like it's quite a bit of money. Is it the right thing to do? But then as soon as I started, I knew that it was. And like I said, I've made that money back now anyway. And I think it's just a case of thinking, how long do you want it to be before you actually get to that point?
Yeah.
I think if I hadn't invested, I would still be in that kind of like, oh, well, maybe do it in the future. I'll maybe take that leap to self-employment, in the future. I would have always been staying in my comfort zone. So I think it just really helped me to get a little bit uncomfortable and make some changes. So I would highly recommend to work with you and to do the 6 month program for
Awesome.
you and for the community that you get as well. Because
Yeah.
the group that I've been with have just been awesome, like so supportive, lots of advice as well. So it's been lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's
sad
nice
to
to
go.
be surrounded by like-minded people who get it and are
Yes.
supportive, for sure. Well, awesome. I want to thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I know everyone will find it super helpful, and I'm so excited about all you've done. And this is literally just the beginning. So I can't wait to see what you do from here. I'll be following your journey to Japan because that sounds amazing.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so cool. That's still on the list for me, living abroad. I know it's going to happen. So I haven't decided when, but I think that
Uh,
seems like a very great experience. So
yeah, definitely. I've been to Japan once before, but I can't wait to go back for a bit longer this time as well. So yeah,
awesome.
exciting things ahead.
Yes, very exciting. Well, thank you so much, Jen, and we will be in touch.